A necessitous man is not a free man. The freedom most worth having only happens in societies where nobody is left wanting for food, shelter, dignity, and other basics. Freedom for some, while many others suffer deprivation, is freedom only a wicked heart would value. 86 likes. Sandy Berman. Beautiful! Oh, what do we have here? We have someone responding. And whose property is taken so that he is no longer necessitous? The forgotten man's. That's why positive rights are just a logical fallacy. Someone else's rights are always infringed. An actual right is one that doesn't infringe on others' rights. And Solopoke said something stupid down there. It didn't make any sense at all. It's like, basically it'd be like saying this. Slavery is okay because they were helping farmers. That's fucking wicked. I mean, that's completely immoral, stupid, illogical, unjust. But this is the common mindset among a lot of American people. And I know a lot of them aren't, what's the word here? I don't think a lot of them have fully thought it through. I think there are different types of people who have fully embraced it. And I hope they know what they are, because in the end they're tyrants, they're thugs, and they support a thugocracy. And I hope we're not advancing in this war between big government and limited government. I hope we're not advancing to full-blown democracy and thugocracy, because when you start getting into debates about secession, that's a moment at which progressives reveal themselves to be what they truly are, and that is bloodthirsty, murderous tyrants. They will kill us if we try to secede from the Union, any state. Any conservative state. If Oklahoma were to try to secede, or Montana, I don't know, some country or some state were to try to secede, progressives would support force to get that state back in the Union. I want to make it clear to understand what I'm saying here. They would support force, that means blood, civil war, to not let a state leave the Union. And the reason for that is because they have to have our money. So they've fucked everything up, not just progressives, well, not just Democrats, but Republicans too. But statism in general has destroyed everything, and it's ruining everything. It's destroying our dollar. We can't even afford to print pennies anymore. We can't even make pennies anymore. The pennies cost more than a penny. The nickel costs more than a dime to make. So they're not going to let us out alive. But I am to the point of I fully support secession at this point. I mean, I'm sure the Oklahoma Constitution probably has its problems, but it can't be worse than what. I mean, I was actually seriously thinking about this the other day, that I think I'm to the point now that I want the federal government to just collapse. I don't really want it to succeed anymore. I don't support the United States of America. I wish I did. I just don't. I don't agree or support my country anymore. I mean, it took me a little while to get here, but I'm comfortable now with that, because, as you all know, my focus is the defense of liberty, and my liberty in particular. I'm a very selfish, fat bastard. And, of course, that will piss people off who want to steal my money, and then they think I'm the one that's selfish, which you figure that logic out. They're mad because I don't want people to steal my money, so then I want to object from the system, and then they think I'm the one being selfish. That's the fucked up logic we've got going on in this world. I was going to say in this country, but no, it's the world. So going forward, I hope we don't devolve into a civil war, but I am increasingly getting concerned with this. And a civil war may not even be an option, because, if we get into another banking crisis or a sovereign debt dollar crisis again, and then a global war with Iran, this thing could spiral out of control to where the federal government very well may not exist soon. And I'm hopeful for that day, because just imagine this country if it had no federal government, where we would have our wish. No more wars. No one would need to attack us because we don't have anything. It would just be individuals. Imagine that.